Hi Emily, here's a belated welcome to GRA 220 in virtual space. This will be some final video feedback for you on milestone 1. And if you have any questions or delays or issues in the next 4 weeks, don't hesitate to reach out. Emily, your submission was nicely packaged, and I see, presuming that this is your screenshots of your process. So I'm going to open up that and keep at it. The final reflection is a full third of your grade. There are 3 deliverables, as they say, due at the end of the class, and one of them is the print ad, the second is the web banner ad, and the third is the just wondering what you're doing here. Oh, okay. The third is the reflective document, which will include screenshots as you have them here. So good job. Okay. That shows us how you got those bars and your layers, use of layers for type, so forth. So good job. Okay, I look forward to seeing the composited final. Now, Emily, when I open up the Illustrator file, it's prompting me for some images which are linked rather than embedded. And so I'm just going to click through these and ignore them, see what we get up in the end. Yeah, see, it's that background image. You know something is linked if there's an X through it, okay? And how to do that? Okay, so this is tricky, but you have to know this. Go up, you're going to place it. So it's File, I'm off screen here, File, Place, and you'll come up with this dialog box. Okay. Now, here's a problem with the Adobe interface here. Typically, this down here, this is how you, typically this is linked, or checked rather, this box here. You see where it's grayed out and says link? Isn't that, a small, obscure place on the interface, and it causes big problems. You want to make sure that that is not checked. So I'm just arbitrarily picking an image here. Make sure that this is not checked, okay? You want this blank. Then you can go ahead and place it. Now this is a huge image. And watch, when I place it, notice that it does not have an X through it. That means that it's embedded. The X through the picture box means that it is linked, okay? So moving on, try to make sure that you embed all of your images. Now I'm looking through here and I see you've got things on layers that I can turn on more or less easily. Go back. And it's just a question of, replacing, I think it's, I'm not sure which layer it is, but with a embedded image. Now be careful about the margins. Typically print ads are trimmed, so you don't want valuable information to be cut off. So I would back it away from the edge. Now let me take a look at the one that you posted to the discussion board. Emily, this does look nice, and I like that you have used the corporate palette. This gray is difficult to use, but it seems to make the sunset glow. It is, however, a little hard-edged, and so I'm wondering if maybe you could vary the opacity, maybe have some of the image come through. I know that's I don't say it's crutch, because I do it all the time too. I guess it is a crutch, but using color bars, think of other ways, subtler ways, to divide the space. I like this diagonal movement, and it creates kind of a Z shape with the horizon line there. Other people in the class, I'm trying to think, have used softer edge motifs, like waveforms. You might consider something like that. As I mentioned earlier, be careful about bringing your type too close to the edge. This is way too close. And is it really necessary to outline your type? I'm just wondering. For legibility, it may not be necessary. Where you place it, of course, is important. I'm glad you've gathered your type, but think about the number of type variations you've got. You've got this size, this size. This seems to be a slightly smaller than this size, though not appreciably different to, I think, to make that distinction. And then you have a fourth size here. Plus you've got a fifth size down here. So, maybe you can get it down to 3 sizes of Arial and really push the extremes. In other words, make this quite a bit larger and this other stuff, quite a bit smaller. Think about what you want the viewer to see first, second, and last. That's called visual hierarchy. I like your combination of image, though, and what you've done to the sunset is really atmospheric. I would like to see something three-dimensional, though. Think about putting a mask from the second week just to break up the space, at least in one of your sketches. And I guess that's the last thing I'd like to say is, keep on sketching, keep a record of your sketching. That will be necessary in the reflected document.